Hey YouTube, and welcome to Silent Code Dev. Welcome to day 77. Scott, so many days that I'm losing track here. But welcome to day 77. And yeah, we're gonna continue on our journey of learning JavaScript, the world of JavaScript. So now we are working on chapter 11, which has to do with strings, more string methods. And before I start, I would love if you guys could leave a like, comment. Feel free to comment and also subscribe. That would help me a lot, and I appreciate you guys. Anything that you guys do, it just makes me happy. And also, if you are learning to code, you can always, text me, send me a message, so that we can learn together. I'm looking for people to learn with and to converse code with. You know, I think it's better. And also, I have my own Discord group for this channel, which you can find in the description below. So yeah, guys, let's get started. So I'm gonna start to create. As usual, I'm trying to make like notes so that I can always refer back to it. But I think that the best way to learn is to actually. I need to create projects, right? Which is what I tend to do. Like I want to create a big project and implement everything that I've learned so far. So it's not necessarily about remembering stuff. It's more about like knowing what to do. Like I know what I need to do and I can Google the method. Let's continue. So string trim. So this one is especially useful when working with the DOM. We'll learn about the DOM in chapter 48, and you expect the user to enter some text. Users will sometimes by accident enter an empty space character at the beginning or at the end of the text box. Say for example you ask the user for their name and they enter Sam space Sam instead of Sam. This could cause issues in some scenarios, for example email addresses. So the solution for that is using the trim method, which removes all leading at the beginning and trailing at the end space characters. So const name equals, so I kind of know about trims. I'm not going to really write it down because I know it. But we have string starts with and ends with. So starts with substring method returns true when the substring is found at the beginning of the string and false otherwise. The ends with substring works the same but for the end. Okay, so all that. So sentence starts with H, hello. So that's just to get true or false, right? We basically checking. And then we have string includes. So we check the entire string and it returns true when substring can be found anywhere in the string. Okay, so I feel like those are simple, right? So trim is to remove white spaces, right? When you want, for example, when you want to compare text to something, it will be false if the empty space were added, right? So use trim to remove white space in the beginning and the end of the text or string. And then we have string dot starts with, and that's gonna check whether, yeah, it can check not just the first letter, but like it checks the entire string, right? The word before, so you can check with the letter, you can check with hello, but you can't check hello there, right? Because that will be false. It's only the first word of the string, right, until the space. So, and then you also have ends with, and here you guys can see dot false, exclamation mark true because it ends with that, and also ends with welcome and welcome. I mean, welcome is error actually because you're omitting the exclamation mark, right? You're avoiding that, so that's not the end. Like it doesn't end with that, but it ends with the welcome, ends with exclamation mark. So I kind of get it. And includes just checks whether a letter or a word exists in the actual string, right? So let's check. Complete the function get email such that it returns the email by the email entered by the user without any leading or trading spaces. Yeah, okay, so here we can write an email. So I guess the email is the so this is the yeah, so here is the input we're getting. So trim. So when I type, I can type like hello 3 hotmail.com. All right, so here we have complete the function get message such that it returns the message it receives as parameter. The message should always end with a full stop. Okay, so here we need to I think we need to implement something, right? Because here we are getting this, and okay, so I need to think, because we need to transform the string, right? So we need to check I need to think. So we can say that if message so if message doesn't end with that, we can return message plus yeah, but we get undefined because it ends with it here. Okay, else return message. There we go. Dang, if that's correct, yeah, look at that, guys. Because I was like, how can I include it? But we can just do it like that. Why we need to have an if condition? We can basically check it out, right? So that's I've never used this before, but this is really smart, you know. But I can write it down. So we can say string methods. So I can use this as like a cheat sheet. So we got ends. We got starts with, ends with. We got trim, and what we got includes. So we got includes. So I'm not gonna memorize all these methods, but I know that there are methods we can use to check some stuff. Okay, so get unit. So complete the function get unit such that it returns the unit of temperature measurement used in the text it receives. It should return Celsius when C is found in the string. It should return Fahrenheit when F is found in string. When F is found in string, okay, but that's not really a good way, because you can have like it is 15 degrees today and then a C letter or a word. Okay. It just says I should return Celsius. Okay. So that's simple. We can do return. No return, but we can say if text includes. I just gotta copy that. So if return cells else if text you can also use switch for this, right? I think I remember how that worked. Return more string methods. So many string methods, guys. But I think the most important thing here is to memorize the string methods that you're gonna use the most, and if you need to use something else, you can always look it up, you know, because it's not impossible to memorize all these strings. It's not easy hard. It's just like you have to do it more, practice more, and use them. Okay, so let's continue. So string split separator. So the split separator method divides the string into an array of substrings based on the separator you provide. For example, let apps equals calculator phone contacts, let apps array apps split. Kind of reminds me of join, but this is splitting. So this is especially useful to convert from comma separated values back to an array. Usually you get that from an API, right? So you can just like split it, but it divides the string into an array, right? So it puts it into an array and you separate it with whatever value you put in. Yeah, so the opposite of that, right? So join would glue things together, but yeah, so that's what I noticed. So yeah, I memorize this, you know, but I can always write it down. Split sep. So yeah, it's just gonna turn into array. I can write it as well. Turns string into something like that. And then we have string replace, so search replace. So the replace, search replace returns I mean, it's kind of self-explanatory, right? Returns a new string where the first occurrence of the search parameter you provide is replaced by the replace parameter. So const message, you are welcome. Message replace empty string with you are only the first occurrence has been replaced. You are welcome. Okay, so this is changed, not the original one. Yeah, it only replaces the first. So we got that too. Replace. So it searches for the first word, searches for the thing that you want to replace, and then you add the replacement. Only replace first occurrence and doesn't change null string. Okay, so replace all is basically the same, but it does like it adds to everything. Replace all. And now we get some tasks about it. So in computer science, a slug of string is used to identify a certain item. Oftentimes, this slug is used in the URL for search engine optimization and better user experience. So let's say you've got a product called Easy Assembly Dining Table. We cannot use this name in the URL bar because it contains spaces. It won't look nice. For example, dining. This is why we use a slug that looks like this. So complete the function such that it returns the slug based on the text it receives and following the rules below. So the slug should not be more than 50 characters. When they are more than 50 characters, ignore everything after the 15th character. The slug should always be in lowercase. Okay, so here we have a bunch of things to do. So what I'm gonna do is that because it says that it shouldn't be more than 15 characters, does that include a space or not? So, but I think we need to remove the space, and we need to also replace all the space with dashes, right? So we're gonna see what we're gonna do. So we are going to say name. Also console log so I can see what's going on. Okay, so name. Why do I get undefined after? Okay, whatever. So we're gonna say name and replace all. Okay, so we got that. That should be kind of accurate. And then we want to lower case. We got that. But I don't know why. So we're not getting this. I don't know why that's giving us undefined. I don't know why it's giving us that. Like name. So we're just getting this. Oh, we're getting IKEA table. Well, why do we get like? Let me see. Yeah, so we're getting like IKEA, and then we're getting this, and we're getting that. I don't know why it's like constant logging extra shit. Yeah, either way. So if I don't know how we're gonna ignore. How do we ignore it? We have substring. No, not substring. What? Oh my god. So if is less than okay. Substring but I want to how do I know how do I do that? Yeah, I mean, kind of got it, but don't know why we are getting undefined there. So we are getting everything, but this is giving us undefined because it's bigger than, so we're gonna say else return. Yeah, I don't know how to do it. Oh my god. Sub. Oh, I should know. This is not ideal. Oh my god, my brain is like, because I know we can use at. Let's see. I know there was a method. I just don't remember. No, it wasn't. This was to. Yeah, I can take the entire like string, right? I just want to store it in a function. It's just easier, you know. Just so much. Let's see if it still works. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to the name length minus that's not gonna work. Oh, I forgot the methods. This is the thing, guys. Like split, not split, but this is it. Yeah, this is it, right? Yes. Because I was kind of trying to remember, like, there's a method to do that. You know, we got it, guys. We got it. Okay. I love getting things right. Okay. All right. So to-do list. So complete the function get count to-dos such that it returns the number of to-dos in the CSV string it receives. So note CSV means comma. Okay, so we know there's a way to get things into an array. I actually forgot I don't know. But here it's telling us to get the number, right? So we have like this. So let me just console log to-dos. So all we need to do is get the amount of, okay. Yeah, so we need to actually get into an array. So to do that, we need to-dos. We need to split, which is the opposite of glue, right? Something like that. Yeah, there we go. Now we put an array and we get the length, which would give us no. To do split. Yeah, we have like feet cat, degrees bike, chain. So that will give us 2, right? So do I need to store that in something? So const to-dos. And if I console log this, I'm just gonna I don't know why it gives me 1 though. Because we are getting this array separated by, you know. So I don't get it. Could I use like a for each? Let me see. Just to like. Okay, I gotta use my cheat sheet. Yeah, I'm using split. But maybe I need to add something. There we go. Okay, so I had to add this. Okay, I get it. But can I add anything? What if I add space? 5. Okay. Okay. All right, guys. Chapter recap. Great job. While learning, it's important to get a good amount of sleep in between chapters. Yes, sleep has been proven to blah blah blah. So yeah, me working night shift and not getting proper sleep is not the best, guys. But I hope you guys take advantage. Right, get proper sleep. If you need to hear it, you got it here. This is your sign to sleep better. Okay. So a lot of string methods, and I guess that we also gonna try to. We have flashcards that I'm gonna play, and we have a lot of like games. So yeah, so we have all these methods, right? Trim starts with, ends with, includes, splits, replace. All right. Okay, guys. So in next video, we're going to be going deeper into arrays, right? Deeper methods and learn more about that. So yeah, I'm gonna go off. Thank you guys so much for watching. As you notice, I'm going slow because especially when I'm tired and stuff, I don't want to do too much, right? But slowly but surely we're getting there. So thank you guys for watching. Have a nice day. Peace.